Oh, alright, SlimmBob here. Time for another review. Got a new hat. They all seem to look the same, but it is a new hat. It's got a little thing there. But yeah, this is a review of a game. And this game's been out a while, but I've been playing it a hell of a lot. Like, ridiculously. And the game is Dissidia Duodecim Final Fantasy. Whew. And yeah, if you don't know what Dissidia is, it's basically it's a fighting game, like a fighting RPG kind of thing, where basically it's they've took a load of heroes and villains from all Final Fantasies 1 to 13. Alright, yeah, in this version, in the original it was 1 to 10. They took heroes and villains, a hero and a villain from every Final Fantasy game, 1 to 10, and basically created a shitty story from it, and yeah, that's what it is. But the thing is with Dissidia, it had really good combat, like really good combat, but a god awful story, and well, yeah, you'll see. So what's Duodecim like? I absolutely love this game. I must say, alright, if you're a Final Fantasy fan, if you love the old Final Fantasies, if you like, see, I like them from 1 to 10, so, you know, Dissidia 1, that was like perfect for me, because it had all the good Final Fantasy characters, and of course, Gebranth was in it, Gebastard, he were in it, and Shantowank from Final Fantasy 11, which, that's not even a fucking Final Fantasy. Come on, let's be honest. That ain't a Final Fantasy. But yeah, they had a couple of extra characters. But this one, this is the second version. So what are graphics and sound like? Well, like all Square Enix games on PSP, the graphics in this game are brilliant. Like, some of the best you'll get on console. I mean, Duodecim uses the same graphics, like the same quality of graphics from the original. I mean, they didn't need to be improved, they were already very good. I mean, you look at all their other stuff, like blooming Kingdom Hearts and Third Birthday, things, blooming Crisis Core, that had amazing graphics. I mean, all Square Enix games on PSP, they've always had really good graphics, and this is not an exception. This has brilliant graphics, like really vibrant colours, it's really fast, it's like no slowdown, it's very good. It's really good to look at, really crisp. All CGI cutscenes, very good. What's sound like? Well, the music is kind of weird because they remix like classic tunes. They don't always sound really good. So they have this like shop, in-game shop, the PP catalogue, and you buy tracks, and the tracks are always the originals, and they sound way better than the remix tracks. So the music's kind of a mixed bag. But if you're, like, you know, when it comes to Final Fantasy 7, it were alright, like, the first time, you know, when you watch Advent Children, you heard alt music remixed, and it got you pumped, because we'd never heard that before, but we've had that many Final Fantasy 7 games, and that many remixes, it's just, we're not blown away anymore when they do a remix, and it's worse than the others that they've done, so I wish they'd have put a bit more. I wish they'd just kept the original fucking music. I don't get why they decided to remix some of it. But yeah, it's still good though. It's still really good. Voice acting's alright. It's cheesy. It's classic Final Fantasy cheese, and that's what we pay for. That'd be brand new. Yes. But yeah, so graphics and sound, presentation is fucking immense, spot on. So what's story like? There's a story in this game? Well, basically in Dissidia 1, you got Cosmos and Chaos, the two, you know, the goddess of harmony and the god of discord, right? And they're fighting this war, so what they do, they decide to get soldiers from all Final Fantasy worlds to fight for them. So basically you play Cosmos as all the good people, so, you know, fucking Warrior Light, Tidus, Cloud, Squall, Terra, fucking parts, all them, and you have to get your crystals so that you can get the power to destroy chaos. And guess what happens? You destroy chaos with the power of the crystals. Because it's Final Fantasy. You can't not do that in Final Fantasy. That's what I mean, it's like the whole idea, you get your crystals and destroy the bad guy. That is Final Fantasy. That is what Final Fantasy's always been about. Unfortunately, they don't really characterise the characters. They're just there to be there. It's a homage to the classic Final Fantasy formula, but it's not good, if that makes sense. I don't know. You don't play it for the story, that's the thing. But yeah, that was Dissidia 1. So the story in this one, basically it starts off, it's a prequel. It's set the cycle before, because it turns out these warriors, when they die, they're just brought back to life. It's like a cycle. So the gods just bring them back, so they keep fighting this endless war. You start the game, and I don't really like lightning in Final Fantasy 13. She just, I don't know, she wound me up. But in this, I liked her in this, because the first thing she does all the way through, she questions Cosmos and her morality. She's like, why the hell are you bringing us back just to die? What's the point in this war? She's questioning this war, and it were questions I've had since playing the first game, and I thought they were going to go on that route, like having the new warriors, because, yeah, I thought they'd go along the new route of having the warriors, rebel against the gods. I thought that would be what they'd do. But no, it turns out they, get a bit huffy and puffy, and after that they just go back to beating the bad guy, and it's just, it didn't work. They could have done a lot. I think they could. I mean, apart from the main story, you have these things called reports, where it follows, character interactions. And they are way more interesting than main story. Like this one where, I think it's Bars, or is it? No, it's Firion. Yeah, Firion. Because in the first game, his dream, the way he gets his crystal, he imagines, he don't know what to fight for. So he decides to fight for a world full of wild roses. Ah, what a girl. But yeah, you learn how he gets that dream through the reports. You learn there was actually lightning that gave him that dream. And they create this funny, banter, where it sounds like he has a thing for her. But it implies that for, throughout the report, and then in the end it turns out he just wants his flower back. He wants the wild rose, and that's what he wants to fight for. But it's really touching when it gets to that, and there's loads of bits like that in reports. Why the fuck weren't they part of the main story? I don't give a shit about the main story. It's shit. Yeah, don't play it for the story. That's my thing. But yeah, story's crap. What a surprise! It's a fucking Final Fantasy game after 10. So yeah, what's gameplay like? It's very good. It's really good. It's right in depth as well, but easy to grasp. It's it mixes an RPG with 3D fighter, one-on-one fighter. You basically have two types of attacks. You have bravery attacks and HP attacks. Bravery attacks, when you do them, your bravery increases, and that basically increases your attack power. So when you do an HP attack, the amount of bravery you have, that takes off that much health off of your opponent, if that makes sense. It's quite easy. Look at a gameplay video. It's easy to get, but I think it's a very good system. I really like it. I like the new things that they added as well, the assists. Oh, the assists are so good. If you press L and circle when this meter's charged, you'll do someone will come in and do a bravery move on your opponent. So then you can do combos, and it's just very good to see that you can actually do combos, fluid combos, because normally you have to unlock combos. So say you do a bravery attack, that'll press circle, then after so long you get so much AP you unlock another move to go on top of it, so a square attack. But it's always automated, whereas this, it gives you a chance to create fluid combos, and it's very refreshing to see that. It changes the flow of the game. I think the main goal with this was to create, well, with first Dissidia, they said the main goal was to recreate battles in the style of Advent Children. You know, Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. And this just takes that to the next level. It does. It tightens up. The gameplay were already really good, but they just tightened it up and made it very good. So yeah, I'm right impressed with gameplay. They've also added a new game mode, which is the best thing. This is the reason. I've been playing this nearly 200 hours, and one of the main reasons is because they've added a create mode where you can create your own quests and create your own stories. Yes! I mean, how long have we been putting up with these shitty stories? Sorry, Square Enix, but you haven't been doing very good stories for Final Fantasy. Be honest. I've tried to like them, but I don't. So yeah. They've added, you can create your own quests and your own story. I've had a fucking right laugh with it. Like, what you do, you can have like, create so many scenes. They all have like 10 pieces of dialogue each. But like, you can choose, they've put like all the player icons like from every fucking Final Fantasy game. And there's so many characters you can choose from. You can literally create any story, any fan fiction you want, and it's really good. That I might fucking rewrite Dissidia completely. So you can have Cosmos and Chaos, you know, as characters. I might rewrite it myself. It'd be very good. But yeah, it's worth it for that. I mean, for me, I'm a writer. I've been annoyed with it for so long that they haven't made proper stories, so that for me that's added so much longevity. Because it's given me an incentive to unlock all the, you know, like bonus costumes, all the music, all the stages, all the player icons. It's given me an incentive, because it gives me that freedom to create whatever story I want. And if you're not creative like that, then you won't get off from it. But for me personally, I love that stuff. Yeah. So this game, in terms of longevity, it really depends on what you're looking for, to be honest. If you're not a fan of Final Fantasy, you won't like, I don't think you'll like it. You'll find it you might like you'll like the combat, it's really good. You won't understand the characters though, you won't feel a connection with them, you won't, like, you know when you see moves, like the first time I saw Cloud do Omni/version 5, that it's just so good. Things like that, you don't get that if you're not a fan of Final Fantasy. So it won't last that long. It really won't. But if you are a fan, it's gonna last you ages. Seriously, it's gonna be one of them as well, where you probably just pick it up random day, like, oh, fancy doing a bit of Dissidia arcade mode. You'll just do it, and it's a wonderful game, this. And Duodecim as well, I would say this is the definitive version. They say it's a sequel, it isn't. To me, this is Dissidia Game of Year Edition. So, if you're ever going to buy any version of game, do not buy the original. You're not missing out on anything. If you buy this is as the first game, but with shitloads of added stuff. That's all it is. Like an extra campaign and a world map. Lots of great little changes. As a fan of Final Fantasy, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. I do want to give it more, because I've played it more than any other PSP game. The problem is, the main problem is that the story's shit. That's the main problem. The story's a piece of shit, but luckily you can create your own. But yeah, if you have a PSP, you're a fan of Final Fantasy, definitely check this out. If you've never played the first one, fuck that, buy this straight off. And you can get Legacy Edition, which is collector's one, for about £20 already, and it's been out a couple of months. But yeah, that's the review. Let me know what you think. If you've played it, do you like it? But yeah, this is SlimmBob. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.